At first, you just need to try things out. And I would always suggest you start with low money. No money was at the beginning, low money is then, to see if it really is working on. It's very important. Don't go to the bank and get yourself a big loan. Don't do that, okay? Crowdfunding is the first step, was the first step, so that we get the first orders. And the next step actually was the typical, what I can very much recommend, because at first you do not go to the bank or something else because you do not know if things are working. What we asked actually was the typical fans, family, friends, because you need to have a supporter base. And this is like you go there and ask them for a few hundred or 1,000 euro, for example. Just start with very small pocket money. It's important because these limits are not limits. They're actually improving your creativity. And this means you need just a few thousand euro. Then you need, of course, if things are working well, you need to pre-finance more raw material, more packaging, more things of that. Then you will evolve, and this means from that point on. If you evolve, this means you will have certain income, revenues, and this is the point when you can also ask, let's say, business angels, people who are not giving you a few hundred euros, a few thousands, but let's say who give you a loan of a 5-digit number. Your business starts to scale. At that point, normally, from what I know, is if you don't work with venture capital, you still will earn yourself no money. So this means you're still doing this as a hobby, actually, like you're working part-time somewhere else and you're putting on your time there. This is very important to show you, because the other investment is not just the money, it's you. At first, when you mentioned the topic venture capital, I have to ask you as the founders the most important question: what do you want to do with your startup? Are you alone or are you in a team? Because let's say you want to do a social startup, okay? You want to change something in the world. Something that will mean impact, but not necessarily economic or the fastest economic growth. You have to be very honest to yourself. This is the first starting point. This means you and your team, you really need to write down what are your expectations. Why are you doing this? Do you want to get rich? Do you want to make an exit? Do you want to build up a foundation later onwards? Do you want to do something like Ecosia? Or do you want to be the next Google? These are totally different strategies. And this is very important because you need in your team formulate your whole vision and your mission statement, and then you can go look for investors, or most notably, let's say, venture capital companies. Because if you just go around looking for money, you will also get investors who impose their strategy on you, and this is not the same thing. If you start with a social mission, and this is what really is your heart project, you have to write that down honestly.